we'll be discussing the four basic type of chemical reactions. First, combination or synthesis. Okay, will be quick revision. If you keep a pen and paper also, if you want, you can keep it ready. Okay, so it will helpful in your revision. Synthesis, combination, synthesis. Okay, so under this one there are the three types. So totally 12 equations are there in this one. Okay, element plus element, that is the first type. Combination, formation of water. So hydrogen and oxygen will combine to form water. Okay, so we'll balance the equation and it is going to release the heat. Okay, formation of carbon dioxide. So here carbon and oxygen will react with excess air, okay, to give the carbon dioxide and release the heat. Next, metal magnesium will react with oxygen to form the oxide, that is the metal oxide, magnesium oxide, and it will release the heat. Okay, first two non-metals, hydrogen with oxygen giving rise to water, carbon with oxygen, carbon dioxide. Next, there is a metal giving rise to metal oxide. Next, again nitrogen and hydrogen can combine together to form ammonia, a base. Okay, basic compound. So here metal oxide is acidic nature or basic nature. Metal oxide, what kind of
An
oxide?
oxide, an oxide of a metal can be either basic or amphoteric. Magnesium oxide basic.
Basic, no? Okay. Next, hydrogen plus chlorine giving rise to the acid hydrogen chloride, hydrochloric acid. Next, compound plus compound. Okay. So the formation of carbonic acid by reaction of the carbon dioxide with water to form the carbonic acid. Here only we are writing basic equation, okay, in one place. Magnesium oxide with water will give rise to the magnesium hydroxide, which is basic in nature. Acidic oxide, carbonic acid, carbon dioxide with water, magnesium oxide giving rise to magnesium hydroxide. Similarly, ammonia will react with HCl to form ammonium chloride. Okay. Direct synthesis, can we call this as a neutralization reaction, acid and base?
No, sir.
No, because it is only salt, no water formation. Okay, acid plus base giving rise to salt and water is neutralization reaction. Next, ammonia reacts with the sulfuric acid to form ammonium sulfate. Next, calcium oxide reaction with water to form calcium hydroxide. Okay, so here we are seeing that the first one is a carbonic acid, remaining all are basic in nature. Okay, magnesium hydroxide, metal oxide is reacting. Here we are getting ammonium chloride, a reaction of acid and base, ammonia and HCl. Ammonia with H2SO4, sulfuric acid, ammonium sulfate. Calcium oxide with water giving rise to the lime water, that is the calcium hydroxide. Compound plus element. Sulfur dioxide reacting with oxygen to form sulfur trioxide. Okay. Next, carbon monoxide further getting oxidized to produce carbon dioxide. So these are the basic 12 equations given in your textbook for the combination and synthesis. Okay. So what is the important fundamental point in any combination or synthesis reaction? How many products should be formed? Only
One.
one product should be
One.
formed. Okay. There can be two or more reactants, but the product should be only one. Then we can say it is a combination or synthesis reaction. Next, decomposition reaction. Three types are there. One is by heat. Potassium chlorate on heating will give rise to potassium chloride and release the oxygen. So synthesis of oxygen by simply heating the potassium chlorate. Calcium carbonate on heating will give rise to calcium oxide plus carbon dioxide gas will be released. Potassium chlorate is going to release the oxygen gas. Calcium carbonate on heating is going to release the carbon dioxide gas. Next, electricity. By electricity, decomposition reaction is electrolysis of water. Water on electrolysis will release hydrogen gas and oxygen gas. Hydrogen and oxygen. The electrolysis of sodium chloride will release the sodium and chlorine gas. Okay, it will release the chlorine gas. Next, sunlight, decomposition by sunlight. Silver chloride on exposure to sunlight will break down to silver metal and it will release the chlorine gas. Whereas silver chloride is white in color, silver will appear black and the chlorine gas will be released. Similarly, silver bromide. So this silver chloride is the black and white. This is the black and white photography that we are talking about. Black and white photography uses silver chloride. Silver bromide appears in the yellow color and on exposure to the sunlight it is decomposing to give the black metallic silver and release the reddish brown bromine gas. So here there are the 6 equations for decomposition reaction. Thermal decomposition to release oxygen and carbon dioxide from potassium chlorate and calcium carbonate. By electricity, electrolysis of water to give the hydrogen and oxygen gas. Sodium chloride electrolysis to give the sodium at the cathode and chlorine at the anode. Sunlight decomposition to give the black precipitate of the silver from the silver salt.
Sir, in the textbook in experiment 4, it is written that the decomposition of silver bromide is used in black and white photography.
Yeah,
But decomposition,
both can be used. Silver chloride, silver bromide, both can be used.
sir,
Both are extremely sensitive to sunlight. Both can be used.
but silver bromide is light yellow than in color. Then how it can be used for black and white photography?
Uh, how it can be used? It already the reaction that you are getting is ultimately this a black color. Whatever this is silver is there, no, that will form the precipitate. It will form the black color, and remaining whatever this chloride and bromide are there, they are highly water soluble. Silver chloride, bromide, highly water soluble. They will wash off. That is what will appear as the white part. Okay. So if there is too much exposure to the light, it will form intense black color. Less exposure to light gives slight gray color. And if there is no exposure, it will remain as the salt form, silver chloride or bromide. And when we put the water and different solvents, it will simply wash off very properly, highly soluble. Okay, this will be highly soluble, it will wash off, whereas this one will remain as a precipitate. Next, single displacement. Okay. So for single displacement and double displacement, we need to remember the reactivity or activity series. Here from the top, starting from potassium, sodium, calcium, magnesium, aluminium, zinc, iron, nickel, tin, lead, hydrogen, followed by the copper, mercury, silver, gold and platinum. From top to bottom, the reactivity increases or decreases?
decreases.
Decreases. From top to bottom, the reactivity decreases. So the most reactive one is the potassium. So potassium is the most reactive. Okay. Now we'll look at the reaction. For example, first we will say, for example, reactions with zinc. So only we'll write say zinc. Zinc, if it reacts with iron sulfate, okay, iron is below the zinc, no? So zinc will be more reactive, it should be able to replace the iron in the iron sulfate. So what will form? The zinc sulfate will form and iron will come outside. Okay, then you say below iron, say suppose a hydrogen, so H2SO4. If we react with H2SO4, will the zinc able to displace hydrogen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, because
It is.
zinc is more reactive, it is on the top, so it will form the zinc sulfate and it will release the hydrogen gas.
Sir,
Yes,
so in the reaction, so we have to write this is aqueous solution dilute. It is in solid form or liquid form.
if it is required to write, you write. Okay, if it is like you have to balance the equation or something like that, you don't have to write. It depends upon the type of question, no?
Okay, sir.
Zinc plus copper sulfate, zinc is there and copper is there, so obviously copper is even below hydrogen, so it will be, zinc will be able to replace this copper and it can form the zinc sulfate and displace the copper outside. Another classic example is a reaction of the iron with copper sulfate. Iron nails in copper sulfate solution, iron nails will be somewhat brown in color and copper sulfate will appear in the blue color. Okay, so then do you think iron will be able to replace copper?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Definitely. So it will form the iron sulfate and release the copper. Iron sulfate will be the light green color and copper will be the reddish brown color. Okay. Next, coming down again for the lead, Pb. Lead with copper chloride. Okay, lead with copper chloride, copper is below it, so it should be able to replace, so PbCl2, lead chloride and copper. Copper and silver, for example, copper reaction with the silver nitrate. So copper and silver, copper is above silver, so it should be able to replace, this reaction will take place, it will form the copper nitrate, NO3. It is NO3 minus, no, but copper plus 2 oxidation state, so it will become CNO3 plus it will displace the silver. So you can balance this one. Okay. These are all the reactions, single displacement reactions, where the high reactive one will displace the less reactive one. Okay, and that whatever is replaced, that will come out in the metal form. In non-metal also single displacement reaction can take place. Example will be, for example, chlorine reaction with potassium bromide. Chlorine is more reactive than bromine, so it will form the potassium chloride, okay, and it will release the bromine gas, which will appear as a reddish brown fumes. So this becomes the, for non-metals also single displacement reaction can take place. Okay. Next,
Sir, can we depict the formation of the precipitate by down arrow?
yes, definitely that is a very good practice. So wherever you feel that a precipitate will be formed, there we can use a down arrow. Okay. For example, double displacement silver nitrate reaction with the sodium chloride gives rise to silver chloride plus the sodium nitrate. So here what is happening? Silver replacing sodium. So it becomes a silver chloride and sodium nitrate. So mutually they are replacing each other. So it is a double displacement. Classic example where it is also a precipitation reaction is barium chloride with the sodium sulfate. Okay. Barium chloride with the sodium sulfate gives rise to the barium sulfate. This barium sulfate is a forms a precipitate, insoluble precipitate. So we can put this kind of arrow and it is forming the NaCl. Okay. Next, sodium carbonate. Sodium carbonate with hydrochloric acid. So exchange and see what can form. Sodium chloride and let us write
Carb carbonic acid.
Carbonic acid and sodium
carbonic,
chloride.
yes, H2CO3, carbonic acid will form. Okay, so H2CO3 carbonic acid will form. So this is also interesting reaction. Sodium carbonate with hydrochloric acid will give us to sodium chloride and carbonic acid. Next, lead nitrate. Okay, NO3 minus nitrate and lead is in +2 oxidation state, so it will become here reaction with the potassium iodide. So here iodine, here lead and potassium is more reactive or lead is more reactive?
Potassium.
Potassium.
Potassium is more reactive. So here what is happening? Lead iodide mutual exchange will take place, lead iodide and potassium nitrate. So next, another kind of barium hydroxide. So there are so many reactions are possible. Now you see, for example, here more products are found. Barium hydroxide with ammonium chloride. So here all of these reactions, what is taking place mutually, two reactants, two products. Here what is having barium hydroxide with ammonium chloride is giving rise to barium chloride. This replacing here barium chloride and water plus ammonia. Okay. So here this reaction, can we say it is a double displacement? Okay, this is also coming under example of a double displacement. Okay. Okay. What about neutralization reactions? For example, acid, strong base neutralizing each other to form salt and water. Okay, neutralization. So neutralization reactions are also examples of the double displacement reaction. Okay. So in this way, quickly we have written down the the reactions in this chapter, chemical synthesis. In addition to this one, there are oxidation reduction reactions. Okay, so roughly around 40 to 50 reactions are there in this one. Okay, you try to revise in this way the equations, systematically you write, put it organized in this way, then you will be able to remember better. Okay, so we have combination synthesis in decomposition. These are the following. Single displacement, always look at the this activity series. Okay, in your next class also, in ninth also, this activity series will be there. It is extremely important. Then double displacement. Okay, and then of course we have the redox or oxidation reduction reactions. Reduction reaction. So whenever it is oxidation reduction, both will take place at the same time simultaneously. So for example, copper oxide with hydrogen giving rise to copper plus water. Here copper oxide conversion to copper, whether it is oxidation or reduction,
Reduction.
loss of oxygen, reduction. Here hydrogen is gaining the oxygen, it is becoming
Oxidizing.
oxidized, or it is undergoing oxidation.
So can we write it is oxidizing agent?
No, agent is a different agent. If it is getting oxidized, then it is going to be reducing agent, because it is going to reduce the other substance. For example, copper oxide conversion to copper, it is undergoing reduction, loss of oxygen. No? Here copper oxide is a good oxidizing agent, because it is giving this oxygen to hydrogen, okay, to become water. It is a good oxidizing agent. So
And hydrogen is good reducing agent.
hydrogen, the gain of hydrogen will be reduction, and if hydrogen is taken up by any substance, it is getting reduced. For example, manganese dioxide with HCl. Okay. So we are trying to see equations that are there in your textbook. Okay. Next, manganese dioxide to manganese chloride. Here there is a loss of oxygen, so we will say it is
Reduction.
reduction. HCl, loss of hydrogen. HCl to HCl2, that is a chlorine gas. There is a loss of hydrogen. So loss of hydrogen is
Oxidation.
okay. Similarly, these can be written in the uh, simpler form. So for example, if there is some confusion, then for example, zinc plus copper sulfate giving rise to zinc sulfate plus copper. Okay, so here zinc to zinc sulfate, sometimes person is getting confused what is happening here. Then what you should do, you should write in the oxidize with the charge form. For example, here zinc is not a salt, simple, so it will be 0. There is no oxidation here. Copper sulfate, okay, Cu, here it will be 2 plus, okay, because sulfate is SO4 2 minus. Here it will be Zn 2 plus copper 0. So here what is happening, zinc from 0 is converting to 2 plus, so it is
Gain of electron.
no. If there is gain of electron, then it will get the more negative charge,
So it is loss of
It is
electrons.
the loss of electron, that is why it is becoming more positive. Okay, so it will be, what we will call this one, it is oxidation or reduction.
Oxidation.
Oxidation. Okay, reduction means it should become more negative. Here it is becoming more positive. Okay, here you see from +2 copper is becoming 0. No, it is losing its it is gaining more negative. No, from because it is gaining negative, it is becoming 0 from +2. So it is a reduction. Okay, so we will discuss in the next class. Today immediately